Hello everybody, Always Dizzy here. This video is just going to be another update about my upcoming tournament, the 2023 BC Open. My last video was posted a week ago and I thought it would be prudent to just give an update. So I'm not sure if I mentioned this in the other video, but I haven't been playing that much chess lately. Like the past couple months or so. Let me think. I mean, my last tournament was in October, which was probably the best tournament performance I've ever had. So what, November, December, January, February, 4 months now. Yeah, I haven't played much chess in the past 2 or 3 months. Like I've been playing every day, but not like I used to. I've been reading a little bit of like chess books and playing a few games, and doing a tiny bit of tactics. But other than that, I haven't really been doing much. Certainly not like the good old days when I would play lots of classical and rapid and analyze my games. So there is high potential for me to have a terrible performance at this tournament, just because I haven't been playing much. So I will not be surprised, and honestly I wouldn't be that disappointed if I have a terrible performance, just because it's kind of to be expected. I don't know. I also don't know if I said this in the last video. I probably did. I can't remember, but I booked my hotel. It was really close choice between the Sheraton over here. So by the way, the tournament is being held over here at the Executive Airport Hotel, and the two of the hotels that were cheapest were the Sheraton and a Quality. It's a 2-star hotel, and they were only about a $30 difference in price. But one has 2 stars more than the other, and it was really close. I ended up going though with the one I've been to several times before, which is the 2-star hotel. Partly because it comes with a free, continental breakfast. I almost never eat breakfast, but during tournaments I try to, just because it's such a long break between, like the first round won't finish until like 2 p.m. or 3 around there. So I usually try to eat breakfast when I go to tournaments, and they have a continental breakfast. And the other reason is it's a little bit closer. As you can tell, I mean, it's not a big deal. It's only like, we're talking about like a 1 minute difference. But sometimes you'd be surprised that 1 minute can make a difference. Because often I personally don't like to get to the playing hall early. I kind of want to get there and just sit down and start playing. Because it gets kind of old quick when you listen to the pre-game announcements from the organizers and the tournament director, and just going through the crowds. I don't like getting there early. So you'd be surprised how being closer sometimes helps. Because sometimes I'm slow in, like I leave at the last second and something holds me up. Okay, so anyways, that's the hotel. But the big news of this video, and I kind of said the boring stuff so far. Well, there's two big things. The first is that we've actually hit maximum capacity of 320 players, which is amazing. This is not a massive populated area that I live in, and we've hit 320 players. Like, that is a record, I believe. I'm pretty sure that's a record, at least for the BC Open. And it's probably like one of the highest attended tournaments in Canada, if I may be so bold, for chess. And so that's, yeah, I mean, if you want to ask if chess is in another boom, I think you have your answer. That is okay. Just to give some context, last year, and last year it was we had a great turnout last year. People were tired from the pandemic and all came back wanting to play. So last year we had 215 players, which was a fantastic turnout. And now it's 320. We have 105 more players this year. Like, what is that? 30% more. That's unbelievable. So the other big news was about 5 days ago or so, maybe 4 days, I put up a poll on YouTube, my YouTube channel. Well, you're watching it right now, right? And 14 of you voted. I was hoping to get more votes than that, but I'll take what I can get. And I might sneeze. Excuse me. I was hoping more would vote, but that's okay. And for the longest time, it was 50-50. But then on the last day, there was a big difference. So the obvious majority here is moving up a section and playing in the Premier. And I was really unsure about what I wanted to do. So I kind of promised myself that I would do whatever you guys chose. And so playing the Premier won out. It does cost me more to do that. I'm not sure if I mentioned that in my last video, but it cost me $40 to move up a section. The other thing I didn't mention in the description here of a benefit of playing in the Premier is that it brings me one step closer to getting a FIDE rating. Right now, I don't have a FIDE rating. I just have a national CFC rating, Canadian Federation of Chess rating. And it's extremely unlikely that I would get a rating after this one tournament. But if I play in other FIDE rated sections and events within the next, I think 18 months, I think it is the cutoff, then I could potentially get one. So apparently, as I understand it, the rules are, if you want to get a FIDE rating, first of all, your starting rating has to be at least 1,000. You also have to play 5 rated games where your opponent has a FIDE rating. Now, not everybody in my section has a FIDE rating. Most do, but not everybody does. So it's unlikely that I will face 5 or 6 opponents with a FIDE rating. I'll probably face maybe 2 or 3. But apparently that carries over up to, I think it's either 12 or 18 months. So as long as you get 5 rated games within that time span, then it will count. The other big caveat is you have to have a score of at least half a point in your first event. So, for example, if I played against 3 FIDE rated opponents, I would need to get at least 1 draw, or I would need to score at least half a point against those opponents. Otherwise, it won't count. Which makes sense, because you can't, if you don't win any games, how can they determine how strong you are, right? So that makes sense. So long story short, again on that, or I should say, to summarize, it's extremely unlikely I will get a FIDE rating after this event, but I'll be on my way. Probably after the next FIDE rated tournament I'm in, then I think I would get one. So yeah, I'm playing in the Premier section, and because I'm really rusty and I haven't been doing well online, like I've been playing pretty terribly, my ratings have dropped. I'm not expecting much. So my goals are, I have a few different goals. One of them would be giving an upset. So if I upset someone, for me, that would be a success. I think that would be a successful tournament for me. So, I mean, even if I lost all my games but won, but the person I beat was, let's say, like 1850, that would be a success for me. And the other thing is, my other goal would be, like, assuming I don't get that, I'm thinking maybe 1.5 or 2 out of 6 score. 1.5, I think I would be satisfied with. 2 out of 6, I think I would be happy with. And if I got 1 out of 6, I wouldn't be too happy, but I wouldn't. Again, I'm not expecting much in this tournament. There's no way I'm going to be eligible for any class prizes because I am the second lowest seed in my section. So in the Premier section, there's prizes for first and second, and then and third apparently. But don't worry, I'm not getting any of those. And then there's also first and second place for the under 2000 section, which there's no way I would get that either. So that's the downside of not playing in the under 1800 section. But to be realistic, it was very unlikely I would have won anything in that section either. So so let's take a look at the registration list. Let's start at the bottom. So there's 4 sections, and one of the lowest section is the under 1000 section. And in that one section, there's 115 players in one section. And it looks like about close to 35, maybe 33 players are unrated in that section. I think overall in the tournament, there's close to 60 unrated players. So the tournament director is going to have a busy weekend. I should also mention I'm going there a day early just so that I can rest because I'm an old man now and I don't want to be rushed and get up super early on the day of. So I'm leaving a day early. I'll be leaving on Friday. Yes, and coming back very late on Monday. So there's the under 1000 section with, what did I say, 110 or something? 115 players. So probably there's going to be at least 2 people with a perfect score, maybe 3 with 6 out of 6. With so many players, I could totally see that happening. And then the next section is the under 1400 section with 70 players. And that section looks to be close to 20, so about 17 or so, 16 unrated players. And then there's the under 1800 section, which I just moved out of. That has 68 players. So one of the reasons I was thinking about moving out of this section is because since you can move up, there's a lot of 1100s and 1200s, and I just didn't want to really be paired up against them. I don't really want to be spending a lot of money going to a tournament and a lot of travel time and then be paired up against an 1100 to 1200 where it's pure downside, nothing, and no upside. If I win, I get maybe 1 point, 2 points. If I lose like 30 points or 40 points, right? So what's the point? No pun intended. And then there's the Premier section, which has 66 players. And here I am, 65 out of 66. So I'm definitely the underdog here. Literally only one person rated lower than me at the time of this posting. And I like being the underdog because I'm expected to lose. I'm supposed to lose. And there's no pressure on me. And it's so much better than being like top seed, in my opinion. But yeah, tough competition here. Everyone here, with the exception of possibly there might be a couple older players that have recently got back into the game. Everyone is certainly capable of kicking my ass. So yeah, if you're curious, I'm just going to quickly go up the list and show you my score against some of these players. Just keep in mind that I'm including games that might have happened like 3 or 4 years ago. So make sure that's on screen. Actually, I can't remember if I played him. I don't think I have this guy. I played her a long time ago when I was fairly new. She beat me. This was like my second, it might have been my second tournament. I beat Wesley in the last tournament when he was about 1750. I played Paul 3 times. My score is 2-1 against him. I played Joshua once, and he beat me. I that was in the Grand Pacific Open, maybe 2019. Yeah, I made a pretty bad blunder in that game. I might have played him in an online tournament too, but that doesn't really count. I played him once and I played terribly in that game and he beat me. I played Timur and he beat me, and that was a close game. He doesn't think so, but I do. And I played Johan once. I beat him. That was last year. That was last April that I beat him. And I played Ryan Leong again. That was, I think, my second tournament as an adult, and he beat me. I played Ashton and he beat me. I played Andrew Shu twice and he kicked my ass both times. Like, he's got my number. Like he played extremely well both games. I played Jason once and he beat me. That was my first tournament as an adult. I played Nathan once and I drew him, but when I played him, he was rated 1400 or 1500. I think 1500. That was in my second tournament. He's a kid, so yeah, he gained like 600 points in like 2 or 3 years. And I played Jonathan Wu, but only online. And I played Zach in the last tournament, and I had a better position, but then I screwed it up, and he beat me. I played Ryan Yang once over the board. That was a draw. He's a national master now. But this was, about 3 years ago when he was a little kid, and now he's a big kid. When I played him, he was about 1,500. He gained 700 points in a few years. I also played him online, and I beat him online too in an online tournament during the pandemic. So I'm actually 1.5 to half against him, and he's a national master now. I played Neil Darkness just in a blitz tournament game, and he beat me. And I played Jorge last September, and he beat me. Although I did have a much better position out of the opening. It was like +1, or more than that. But then I blundered. And that's it. And just a reminder that I am playing in this tournament, and that this is the brother of Lee Kwang Liam. And then I thought I would just finish with like a worst case scenario thing. So let's just do a rating calculation. So first round, I would probably be paired up against somebody around here. So let's say 1917. So let's say, I play him. We're going to assume I lose every game. So second round, I'll probably get a bye second round. So we'll just give myself 5 rounds. And then let's pair me against the 16-17. And then we'll assume I played the lowest rated players every round. So 16-26. Yeah, so this is not very positive thinking, but I'm just looking at a worst case scenario, which could happen easily. And then there is 6 rounds, but as I say, one of them, we're assuming I would get a bye. So 16-60. So 15-57, which honestly is not that bad. I mean, that's assuming I lose every game. And so that is what, about 70 points or so? I can't really do math. Yeah, about 65 points, something like that. And that's not terrible if you consider I go 0-5, in my opinion. And that would drop me below 1600, which means for the next tournament, I would be eligible to play in the under 1600 section. And then I would have a decent chance of competing for a prize. Yeah. So for me, even if I have a terrible tournament, there is that kind of small upside where I would be playing under 1600 again. I don't know but then maybe I still play up after that. So that's my video. I just wanted to share all that I am playing in the Premier, and that's something that you guys made me do. So if I do terribly, it's all your fault, right? And yeah, so I will be leaving, as I said, on Friday, which I'm recording this Wednesday night, so I'm leaving in a couple days. I will have more videos for you from the tournament soonish. I may post some videos while I'm at the tournament, possibly. I can't really edit them very well from my laptop. So I may or may not. There's not too much interesting stuff to talk about really while I'm at the tournament, because I've been to these hotels and this tournament, the location many times, so there's not really anything new to show. Maybe I could make a video going on the ferry or something. That's probably not interesting to you guys. So most likely you will be interested in my post-game recaps, which I will record those when I get back home, because they take a lot of work and setting up to do. And I don't want to record those from the hotel room for audio and visual reasons. Yeah. So anyways, thanks for watching. Wish me luck. I'm leaving in a couple days. I will see you soon.